Bam. Boom. Boop. 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 Boo. Doo. Boo. Doo. Doo. Boom. 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 Boo. Doo. Ba. Da. Da. Bam. Bam. Free. What? Ooh. Free breakfast from the canteen. Yeah. Bam. Bam. Boom. 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 Boo. Doo. Ba. Da. Da. Yesterday was anger. Today, post-mortem and retool. Tool up. Tool up. Tool up. Oh shit. I might actually come do that. Tool up. Tool up. That's what that's that was what Marlo Stansfield was telling people when it came time to fight. Tool up. Tool up. So guess what? Yesterday was anger. Today is tool up. Tool up. It's time for y'all to get straight. Everybody was hurting yesterday. I get you. I give you that. I'll give it to you. I understand. But yesterday was yesterday. Now you don't sit on your ass and do nothing. You don't. Now it's time to tool up, tool up. Hey Jess, if you were in the comment section, holla at your boy. I'm gonna try this TikTok thing again. But welcome to the Sound of Coffee, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thomas Bishop. I'm known as the villain. Whether it's Trump land or Harris house, your man still look better than your daddy. The show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com. Pick up some candles and merchandise from some of your favorite content creators. Glitterwix.com. Show is brought to you by Smooth California. Skincare products that will make you look and feel your absolute best. Go to smoothca.online. And finally, this show is brought to you in part by Melanated Excellence, a celebration of the melanation. A celebration of the melanation. But remember, you do not have to be melanated to be a part of the celebration. Melexcellence.com. How y'all feeling? Is the Sound of Coffee crew still tick? Yes, I told y'all yesterday I was mad. Yesterday I was mad. And I have a radio show that I have to do the morning after a shitty ass election. So what y'all got yesterday from me was pure anger. It was unrefined. It was uncut, pure uncut anger. I would apologize, but I know so many of you feel the same way I do. So there's that. I will not apologize for the anger. I will not apologize for how that anger came out. Because y'all know, if y'all are listening to me at this point, I know you feel the same way I do. If you bring your ass in here every morning, part of this Sound of Coffee family, then I know for a fact that you feel the same way I do. But that was yesterday, kids. Because the work now begins. So let's call this a post-mortem. I know it's Truthful Thursday. So it's right in line. You see what I'm saying? It's right in line. So yesterday, it was made official that our next president of the United States is the returning Orange Julius run amok. The returning bag of Cheetos with a staph infection. Donald Trump. Character matters, kids. It is as simple as that. Character matters. I hope, and this isn't something that I brag about, but this is an absolute truth, an absolute truism. I try to be as much of a gentleman with every person, man or woman, gay or straight, old or young, black or white, that I am with everyone else. I try to be a gentleman because I was raised to be one by my greatest teacher, my mother. I tell people all the time, I am my mother and father's son. I remember that even when it seems darkest, I remember being my mother and father's son. I remember the lessons that they taught me and the man that they wanted me to be. So my character is that of a person who genuinely gives a shit. This is not an act with me. I genuinely give a shit. Does it always come off? No, it doesn't. A lot of times I try to hide it because I don't want a lot of people to know that beyond the facade of anger and arrogance, there lies a really decent human being. But the people that know me know. I give Dave the Viking shit for being beautiful, but that's only because I love the fuck out of him. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. I love the hell out of him. I do. I love him as a person. I love him as a man. I love him as a villain. I love him as a person. You know, as a human being. There's genuine love there. So in the beginning of this post-mortem, let's start with that. The genuine is always going to outshine the manufactured. Okay? The genuine is always going to outshine the manufactured. What you saw in this election is manufactured love, manufactured admiration. And I'm gonna just tell you, it was on both sides. Don't try to front. It was on both sides. It was on both sides. There was a lot of manufactured love for Kamala Harris. I'm not saying it was all manufactured love, because there was some genuine love. When I saw sisters out there in pearls and Converses, I was like, yeah, that's love right there. That's pure, unadulterated love. But there was a lot of manufactured love, a lot of it. But I think Trump's side had nothing but manufactured love. Nothing but. And that's a dangerous thing. When it comes right down to it, that is a very dangerous thing. Because you know what you get with manufactured love? Manufactured reasons to love. You got some po-ass people out there that really think a man that shits in a gold toilet gives a shit about him. Spoiler alert, he don't. He don't give a shit. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of manufactured love, and there's still a lot of manufactured love when it comes to Donald Trump. Okay? The manufactured will always shine, at first it will shine brighter, but it doesn't last. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost as if I told you, that, hey, I really, really admire your cooking, but you know you can't cook, at first it's going to make you feel kind of like, oh, he said he loved my cooking. Oh, I love my cooking. But in actuality, he doesn't. He don't. He don't like your cooking. He does not like your cooking. But he told you that in the beginning to make you feel better. The true will always outshine. The real will always outshine the manufactured. You know? Hold on a second. Jess is over here doing 5, 6, 1. All right. So if you guys would like to see me on TikTok, there is a dedicated page called The Sound of Coffee. You want to log in? If you want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to log in and go see, it's a it is a real page, and I just logged into it. What the hell's going on? Ooh, no access. The hell is this no access shit? Your live access. What is this? Really? I don't have any live access. Anyway, if not, don't sweat it because it looks like I don't have live access. Whatever the hell that means. Oh, wow. I don't have enough followers. You have to have 10,000 followers? Yo, son, yo, son. Yo, that's wild, B. That is wild. But back to what I was saying. So the idea of realism over manufactured is going to start becoming a very, very real thing in the coming weeks. Remember, I told y'all you will know where they stand. You will know where people stand when it comes to anything, depending on how they voted. Because I said before, this is a character issue. This was a character vote. This was a character vote. So, first things first, the people in your life that thought that this man was a good man for the country, you need to be looking at their ass with the bombastic side eye. The criminal offensive side eye. You need to be staring at them. Like, hey, bitch, I see you. Like, hey, bitch, I see you. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at them. You got to look at them deeply because those people mean you no good. They don't. Last night, that Lexi, the trans woman Lexi or whatever the hell her name is, she like, instead of calling people who voted for Trump racist and transphobic, maybe, and then I didn't even let her finish the damn video. I didn't. In the trans community, Lexi and her podcast partner are a perfect example of what I am saying when I say you need to be bombastic side eye with them. You have to be. Because people like that are the ones that when you're walking ahead of them, they will put a knife in your back. They will. Their character is manufactured. Their that love and adoration that they swear up and down that they have for your community is manufactured. And as is manufactured, the other thing that you have to worry about when it comes to these motherfuckers, excuse my French again, I'm going to be peppering this in and out, and please, I'm apologizing ahead of time. I don't mean to cuss. I really don't. But sometimes I get so passionate about things that profanity leaks out. It's a good thing I own a radio station, so I don't have to worry about it. But I want to apologize to anybody that's listening and anybody who's watching. I'm apologizing right now, but this is still a very raw thing, and this is going to be like this for the next couple of days, okay? But people like that, when they are the Maya Angelou quote in real form. People show you who they are, believe them the first time, right? Because every bit of admiration that they have for your community, whether they're in it or outside of it, is manufactured. Now, here's how you tell the real, okay? Here is how you tell what the real is. Last night, my manager, Huma, her and I have been texting back and forth, right? Because I had said some shit about the Gaza protesters, right? And I wanted to make sure that she knew, like, rather than saying it and then trying to backtrack it like a former friend of hers did, I wanted to make sure she knew this. I was saying this, but I don't expect you to agree, but just know that I care about you. So texting back and forth, texting back and forth. She goes into class. She gets out about 2 hours later. She texts again. I'm asking questions. She's asking questions. Then she calls me. And Huma and I were on the phone for about an hour and a half, right? And that first 30 minutes was it was an argument. A loud ass argument. Loud ass argument. You know what I mean? Loud. And even in the midst of that, I never looked at Huma and was like, oh, screw you, because when I tell Huma I love you, I mean that shit. I mean that shit. Going back to my foundation is I am my mother and father's son. My character speaks for itself. If I call you my brother, I mean that shit. That means you and I are going to disagree. I expect you to. I expect you to disagree with the shit that I say. But I also want you to know that even in that disagreement, I still love you because I know what your character is. You know what I mean? This is the real. Now, if you took your ass into that voting booth, knowing me, and voted against me, my family, my community, and I'm in a bunch of them, so my communities, then I got nothing for you. I know everything you ever thought about me was fake. I get it now. I get it now. Everything you ever told me about me and you was fake. And that manufactured shine will blind you for a few seconds. Real stays real. We need to help people understand. These people did not vote for policies yesterday or the day before yesterday. They did not vote for, oh, well, his policies fit better with my po-ass life. No, they voted for shiny. Everybody remember the shiny suit era of hip-hop? Y'all remember that? When P. Diddy or Puff Daddy or Puffy, whatever the hell, was out there with them shiny-ass suits? Remember that? Yeah. They voted for that. The shiny suit. Ooh, I'm Trump. I'll make you feel better. Ooh. That's what they voted for. Realism is I'm here to help you. You might not like what I say, and you damn sure might not like what I do. But I am literally here to help you. I expect you to be mad at me. Right? So we have to understand that there was a lot of that shit on both sides. A lot more on the Trump side than on the Harris side, but there was a lot of that shit. A lot of people that were there to shine and nothing else. They were not there to do anything that was going to help you. They weren't. Sorry. They were not. So that's the very first post-mortem. You got to be willing to see shit for what it is and call shit for what it is. You know what I mean? Like you not Shine the rapper. Not Shine the rapper, Gilbert. I mean, Edo. No, shine as in actual shine. You know what I mean? But the other aspect, and again, this is a post-mortem. So I want y'all to understand where this is all coming from. I want us all to really, truly look at this realistically. The second aspect that I need y'all to understand is this. Politics is not a spectator sport. See, Huma's in the chat. Huma will tell you that. I argued with her yesterday because I care so much. She argued back with me because she cares so much. If she didn't give a shit, she'd have been like, okay, whatever, Thomas, get out of my face. If I didn't give a shit, I'd have been like, all right, Huma, whatever, get out of my face. But I genuinely love that woman. She genuinely loves me. I care about my nieces, and my nephew, which are her kids. I care about my brother, who is her husband. I care about these people. But politics is not a spectator sport. America must break this idea that politics is like football or basketball or baseball or some other shit. It's not a spectator sport. It's not us versus them. It is about trying to lay the groundworks for a country that is equitable and good for everyone. If a policy I want to put in place is going to hurt a group of people, I don't want to put that policy in place. Because again, I am my mother and father's son. I remember that. I keep that in mind. I am my mother and father's son. All right? So I don't want to put anything in place that would hurt or harm anyone. I don't want that shit. Maybe the corporations, because corporations aren't human. They're not. Sorry. I know a whole bunch of right-wingers like, no, corporations are not people, my friend. They're business entities. Because if they were people, we would be able to sue them when they go wrong and people die. You know what I mean? So we got to stop looking at it. That red versus blue shit, I find every time I see blue state, red state, blue county, red county, I'm reminded, didn't you some bitches hate Crips and Bloods? Weren't they the bad guys in your little fantasies when I was growing up? The gangs run the streets, the Crips take on the Bloods. Now you done Cripped and Blood the entire nation. Jesse Ventura has a book called Demo Crips and Rebloodlicans. You should look it up. It's a great book. I read it. I read it when I was younger. Great book. But it's true. The same people that told us the guys wearing red and blue were the bad guys, and they were the reason the inner city sucks so bad, have turned around and red and blue the entire nation. The whole damn nation. Red states and blue states. So, like, come on, man. Make that make sense. You scare white folks in the suburbs with red and blue. Then you turn around and red and blue the whole nation. Come on now. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. They spent years scaring white people about what's going on in the inner city, right? And how do they do that? Crips and Bloods, Crips and Bloods. Oh, look at the gangs. They got gang singles. And then what happened? They Cripped and Blood your whole damn nation. They Cripped and Blooded your entire nation. Make that make sense. Y'all's coming in. Good morning. My Sound of Coffee crew. Sound of Coffee. I can't. The Sound of Coffee crew is tick, but y'all are also my Sound of Coffee family, and I love y'all. So we got to stop looking at that shit this way. Okay? Nobody has a jersey with their favorite senator on it. Ted Cruz is not busting out with a Ted Cruz jersey. The mascot would be a damn halfway done werewolf. Ow. Ow. I'm Ted Cruz. Wow. Ow. I'm Ted Cruz. Halfway done werewolf. Like he's a wind wolf. Like, hurry up. When you gonna turn, dog? Damn wind wolf. Anyway, policies that are put in place from both parties hurt everyone, or they help certain people. It doesn't matter what it is. The problem is that when you vote, you shouldn't vote for a side. You should vote for what policy works the best, not just for yourself, but for your nation. You got to. You have got to. Because let's say I vote for a policy for my entire state, right? That helps every inner city. Every inner city, it takes care of everybody in every inner city. But it hurts every farmer. Is that a good policy? No. It's ass. It's a 10-pack of ass dancing with itself in a mirror. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't want that policy. I don't. Sorry. I don't want it. I want policies that help everybody, whether they're in rural areas or urban areas, whether they're on reservations and barrios. I want a policy that helps everyone. And that's the same thing you should want. When you vote selfishly, what you are basically saying is, I believe in my side. I believe in what takes care of me. Everybody else can eat jank. But that doesn't help. Because while you over here prospering, or what you believe to be prospering, everybody else is suffering. You understand Donald Trump, literally the only reason that man is there at all, I'm talking about in politics, period, is because he makes people feel good. It's not that he does a damn thing right. It's the fact that he makes people feel good. Oh, my guts feel better. Do you know how many people woke up yesterday thinking because Donald Trump is there, they feel better? He won the presidency, so now y'all see Nick Fuentes' bitch ass out there talking about your body, my choice. Hey, bitch. Let me tell y'all something. Nick Fuentes could not get laid if he got off of a plane in Hawaii. He couldn't. He could not. Nick Fuentes is single. He's extra crispy single. He's a Velveeta single piece of cheese out there by his damn self, just floating. It's about your body, my choice. You ain't got no body, Nick. Nick, come on, man. Come on. Your body, my choice. You would have to find somebody that would want to put their body next to you, Nick. Listen, Nick, ain't nobody giving out no mercy coochie to Nick Fuentes. Nobody. All right? There's certain people, and I don't like to count, I don't like to look at any man and wonder how much sex he's getting, because that's none of my business. But certain people I can look at and go, boy, you are a virgin. You are a virgin, not virgin, virgin. Okay? You're so virgin that you have changed it. You have virgined. You are embalmed virgin. You are pickled virgin. You out of your damn mind. Out here talking about your body, my choice. Who's Nick? Come on, man. Do you really honestly think Nick goes home to a hot wife or a hot husband? I'm not even going to front. Nick could be gay and he still ain't getting any. That man is literally nobody would voluntarily give that man their body. Nobody. Nick Fuentes out to talk about your body, my choice. Whose, dog? If a woman standing next to you, she is serving you with papers. She ain't coming nowhere near you, dog. And it's virgin. Not even virgin. Virgin, baby. Dave said he gives himself erectile dysfunction. It is Terminator virgin. Da, 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 da. The hell? That's guys like that. They play the game on some us versus them shit. When they have no them, there is no them. Your body, my choice. Who, Nick? Who? That girl that you're so totally dating, but she goes to another school? Sit your goof ass down. That ignorant ass shit. The hell is wrong with you? But that is the us versus them mentality. This ain't a game. And any policy that helps Nick Fuentes is not a policy America needs. I'm sorry. They could listen. They could come up with a policy called everybody gets some ass. The everybody gets some ass act. And the only person that's going to be excited about it is Nick Fuentes. Ha ha. Hey, bitch. I get some coochie. It's not a policy that helps America. Come on, dog. Come on. My body, your body, my choice. Nick. Telling you. Nick couldn't get laid in a boxing match, getting punched in the face and knocked out. Was he laid out? Nope. Because that has the word laid in it. Anyway. Politics is not a spectator sport. It is a sport that you're supposed to be in 24/7, 365 because politics affects you every single day. A lot of y'all don't realize the presidency don't mean shit as much as the governor of your state does. You up here going, Kamala, freedom, freedom, and then mess around and your governor is Mike Parsons from the state of Missouri. There ain't gonna be no freedom, you can't move. Freedom gonna be like, you better sit your stupid ass down. Freedom, sit your dumb ass down. I'm gonna hold you here. Like, come on now. But that's that spectator sports shit. Sometimes you got to be able to say to yourself, I care about national, absolutely, 100%, but I care about local and state. My state, my state is trying to pass this restrictive ass bullshit, but we won the presidency. Look, you gotta look at that shit as a line, B. A line. You cannot just look at the White House. You got to look at the Senate and the Congress, federal level. You got to look at your governor's mansion. You got to look at the state, the Senate, and the Congress on your state level. You got to look at your mayor. Your mayor can be a piece of shit. You got to look at the city council. You got to look at your school board. You got to look at the county tax collector. You got to look at your sheriff. You got to look at your sheriff. Like I told y'all yesterday, y'all, you do not have to be in law enforcement to be a sheriff in your town. There's some bitches in there that only They played airsoft guns on the weekend and are now sheriffs of large municipalities. It's not a spectator sport. You don't just come out and go, entertain me, little politician monkey. Entertain me while I eat my grapes out of my navel. Entertain me. No, you better get your ass up in there. Who, what, where, when, why, mother? Who, what, where, when, why? It's not a spectator sport. It's the third part. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday. This is where the idea of the Raven Party came from. Political parties will not save you. And they should not be a reflection of who you are. I'm just saying. You know why I like the idea of the Raven Party? Because the foundation of it can fit into any level of leftist politics. From Democrat all the way to hardcore communists, everybody can fall under that party platform. You just simply make it your own different spin. But when people question you on it, you can expound. They say, what does human rights mean to you? This is what they mean. This is what they're this is what they're talking about, right? But the foundation's still there. So if you just want to be a centrist Democrat, parts of the Raven Party the Raven Party can still work for you, and you can make it to where, okay, and this is where we try to reach across the aisles for bipartisanship, this, that, and the third. If you are a hardcore communist, parts of the Raven Party can work for you. The Raven Party can work for you, and you can still adhere to those hardcore communist things. Now, on the right, there has to be something else. They have to come up with their own version of what the Raven Party looks like. They might not agree with everything in the platform of the Raven Party, which means they probably wouldn't even be a member of the Raven Party. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Because political parties should not be the indication of who you are or where you are as a person. I'm a leftist. And I'm like that Whitney Houston song as a leftist. I'm every leftist. It's all in me. Dave, you just now found out that yes. Hobart barely won. Political parties are just that, political parties. They are not the gauge in which you try to tell yourself who you are or what you stand for. They're not. We've given far too much power to political parties. Far too much. We have taken those political parties as to be who we are, and it's not true. There should be more to being a Democrat than being a Bill Clinton New Democrat, which is a centrist. There should be more to it. And I know there's going to be a lot of hand-wringing and people telling the Democrats, you got to go to the center. Where's that at? Where's the center now? Where is the center, Democrats? Where is it? Y'all have been, this is a game of tug of war. You stupid asses, the flag is on the other side. It's a game of tug of war. In Squid Game. Do y'all not remember this, the tug of war in Squid Game? Where's the center? And this is what I'm talking about. You need to move further to the left. Listen, the Democrats are out here with a KFC 3-piece dark, right? Somebody ate 2/3 of the 3-piece dark. They left you some meat on the thigh. Your ass is out here nibbling on what's left. But the same people are telling you, hey, if you come over here, come further over, we'll give you another breast. We'll give you a breast. It's got more meat. There's no meat on that centrist bone because there's no meat in that box. 2/3, if you eat 2/3 of a KFC 3-piece, there's not very much meat left. So what you have to do is go to the other side because there's more meat over there. If the Democratic Party wants to consider itself a big tent, then that means everybody on the left should be allowed. Claudia Dela Cruz ran a hell of a campaign. She should have been welcomed in the Democratic Party. Shit. Why are they running from the word liberal? Do y'all understand the history of liberal policies in this country? We have a 40-hour work week because of liberals. We have a weekend because of liberals. It was liberals who said black folks should have the right to vote. It was liberals that said women should have the right to vote. It was liberals that created the middle class. Because guess what, kids? There used to be a thing called liberal Republicans. And do you know the biggest example of that? Dwight D. Eisenhower. Well, was he great? Hell no. Hell no. They out there running from the word liberal. What are you running from? What the hell are you running from? Conservatives can no longer define what a conservative is, and liberals keep running from the word liberal. What you running for? They out here running away from the word liberal like they owe it child support. Where you going? Why are you leaving the room? Ooh, liberal. Where the hell are you running from? With the history of liberalism in this country? And you run from this? Bitch, liberals gave us the New Deal. How do you run from that? Imagine you buy a football franchise that has 10 Super Bowls. You can even have some rings. They have had so many Super Bowls. You buy them. You can wear all the Super Bowl jewelry. All your fingers got a ring on them. And the first thing you do with this history is, hey, we're going to ignore that. Why? The hell are you ignoring it for? Liberals is what progressed this country forward. That's why they're called progressives. But you have a political party that acts like that's a bad word. Like you ain't, shh, don't tell nobody. What? Why am I not telling anybody? We don't want them to know. Because they have been cowardized. They have been cowardized. I know that's not a word, but damn it, I just made it one. They have been cowardized by a bunch of non-conservatives. They just so happen to be rabid right-wingers. And, hey, Republicans, did y'all really honestly think I wasn't going to give y'all this work? No. What is a conservative now? What is it? Here is what I was raised to believe conservatism was. Okay? Strong on defense. Are we really strong on defense, or are we strong on defense contractors? Because the service members ain't getting no more money. They get incremental raises. They get their benefits cut. They get military bases that are not upkept. And nobody gives a shit about them unless we getting ready to go fight somebody. We have a thing called 22 a day. Why is this something that only people in the military are talking about? That should be a nationwide epidemic of service members unaliving, committing suicide. Why is this the only people that care are the people, the veterans themselves, and the people around the veteran community? What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? While everybody wants to talk about Elon Musk buying Tesla or Twitter or whatever the hell, ain't nobody gonna talk about this? It's just been going on for years. We never talk about the effects, the all these wars that we had, of how it affected our service members. But everybody want to saber rattle. We gonna fight China. We gonna fight blow and blow. But shut up. You ain't gonna fight shit. You are fighting to get your big ass up off that couch. Shut up. So there's no, it's strong on defense contractors, just not on defense. Limited government. Where? I go on lives with people where men, who I'm pretty sure don't have a uterus anywhere in sight, are telling people with uteruses what to do with those uteruses. And then these people vote for people who will put policies in place that will affect what women do with their bodies. That's not limited government. That is government all up in your cooch, man. That's not limited government. If two gay people want to get married, that ain't none of the government's business. None. You got gay couples that have been together for 20 years. They get a chance to get married. And all of a sudden it's a problem. The government says it shouldn't happen. The government should be involved in this shit. How is that limited government? How, Schwei? Laissez-faire capitalism. Let the free markets decide. Is it really letting the free markets decide if the free market is like manipulated? Where the hell do these social issues come from? Wedge issues, where they come from? That ain't no guy. That ain't the part. Listen, in the immortal words of Omarosa, Barry Goldwater didn't say that. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's not. No. Absolutely not. So, is that really conservatism? No. They have bastardized their own word, whereas liberals have ran from it. There's a way to be a leftist or a liberal or a progressive in this country and have a political party that best exemplifies this. But the Democrats want to keep talking about, let's go to the middle. No. Because the Republicans are the ones that actually made the middle, and the middle's on the other side of the room now. That ain't no damn middle. But again, this is what happens when you make your political parties the only thing that matters to you. It shouldn't be about political parties. It should be about political policies. If a true conservative came up with a good idea that I thought would help people, I'd support it. And if I would support it, but if I go, hey, I don't like that part, that's where bipartisanship and compromise comes from, kids. It's how our government was supposed to work. Did it always work that way? Nope. Civil War. But that's how it's supposed to work. The other aspect is this. We're all in this together. This one is called White Men Wake Up. This postmortem part is called White Man Wake Up. Okay? This country has over 330 million Americans in it. Okay? All of those people can live life, have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's not a pie, people. It's not. It's the most bountiful cake you've ever eaten. Fluffy in certain areas, chocolatey in other areas. The icing is just so. It's not a damn pie. White men ain't got to scoop up every damn piece and then go, make it on your own, bootstraps, bitch. There was a scene out of a movie called The Little Dictator, Charlie Chaplin. That speech that he made in that, I think that's where a lot of my passion about people comes from. You know what I mean? There is enough. The world is plentiful. It can sustain and feed the people. Same thing here. We have a bunch of empty houses and a bunch of homeless people. That problem should be able to solve itself. But the only reason it isn't is because there is a profit margin. You got to make $1 off of it. No, you really don't. I shouldn't make money off of the fact that your ass is homeless. That's just bad. That's just bad booking. You know what I mean? That is bad booking. I should not be trying to, yes, I did use a High School Musical reference, Jay Thomas. I did. But I shouldn't be looking at a profit margin when your ass ain't got no house. If you were living under a bridge, I should be putting you in a house so that you don't live under that bridge. I shouldn't be looking at it like, well, if I put him in a house at 4.8% interest, and no, damn it, your ass is living under a bridge. Get him out from underneath the bridge. Let's try. That should be Operation Get Your Ass Off the Street. The profit margin. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? We're all in this together. All of us. Everybody wants to talk about homelessness in a country. But when it comes down to the hard facts of how to fix it, and the problem is simply a 1 + 1 = 2, there's always barriers to the shit. What barriers? As I sit here right now, across the street from my house is an empty house. There's an empty house right across the street from me. Right there. If we could make it to where it was affordable, not jacked up based on housing prices, speculation and shit, it's a big enough house a family could live there. And with another family coming in, they beautify the neighborhood. Because that's how it works, kids. Neighborhoods aren't built by profit margins. Neighborhoods are built by people. We could fix illnesses. We could. You don't think we couldn't solve or cure some of this shit? Of course we can. We just have to be willing to do it. And that part right there is the biggest issue. The will. The will. And this is where the idea of it's not just white manness is a problem. Because who is it that's going to scream, getting something for free at the top of their lungs? There is a mentality amongst a lot of my Caucasian male brothers that they need to get rid of. It's not a pie. Again, it's a self-replicating delicious cake. Everybody can have more than one piece. You don't have to hoard. We can take care of it. If America put the effort that it puts into showing the world we can blow your shit up, into showing the world we can also fix our own shit, do you know how much better off this nation would be? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. Okay? I want you to think about that while I reset the show. This is the Sound of Coffee on GCPR. The coffee's delicious. The conversation's nutritious. And I'm whatever. Ishes. Whatever. My name is Thomas Bishop. I'm known as the villain. This show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com. Pick up some merchandise and candles for some of your favorite content creators, myself included. Go to glitterwix.com. London and the crew make candles every single night. It's great. They do it on live. Glitterwix.com. The show is brought to you in part by Smooth California, skincare products that will make you look and feel your absolute best. Go to smoothca.online. And finally, this show is brought to you in part by Melanated Excellence, the celebration of the melanation. And you don't have to be melanated to be a part of the celebration. Go to melexcellence.com. Hey, 80 Alpha. We do. I'm literally sitting there going, we've got a whole schedule. If you go to gcpr.live, you can see the schedule of shows that we have on there, man. You can see we have a ton more shows. But I want y'all to think about that for just a second, okay? Why do we all have the rat race mentality in our heads? It was taught to us. Who taught us? The people who owned the race, not the rats. Whoever it is that owns the race is the one that taught us about the rat race in the first place. They taught us this shit. They taught us. Yes, Huma. It is what I use on my skin to make it so smooth. Smooth California. We were taught this shit. And we were taught not just by white men, but by very rich and powerful white men. They made us believe that there's a competition in every aspect of our lives. And it ain't true. It's not true. Listen, I always believe in the idea of hard days pay for hard days work. Okay? So I'm not trying to knock your 8 hours or 12 hours of hard work, because I'm not trying to knock your pockets. I'm not trying to knock your fucking pockets at all. But I know for a fact there's some white men that are like, if I don't get it first, it's going to be all gone by the time I get there. What the hell are you talking about? It's plentiful, people. Plentiful, meaning enough, more than enough. But we keep acting as though, and again, this was taught to us. This was taught to us. We keep acting as though we have limited resources. We don't. We don't. And we've been taught that America is a meritocracy by people who never earned anything. I want you to sit with that one. That one's going to take a hot second for you to get, but sit with it for a second. Sit with it. We have been taught America is a meritocracy by people who never earned anything. It was all simply given to them. Think about that. How in the hell are you going to tell people that, oh, well, so-and-so got it because they were a DEI hire. They didn't earn it. And the people that taught you that shit didn't earn it. I want y'all to, I've asked this question several times. Several times. And I've never gotten a suitable, well, I've gotten suitable answers from people who know what I'm talking about, but from others I haven't. Does Jeff Bezos work harder than a coal miner? Now, before you answer that, I want you to think about this for just a second. Coal mining is one of the hardest jobs you will ever be able to do. It is one of the hardest jobs you will ever do. You are going into the earth. You are picking out coal. And coal dust is pouring into your lungs. You have to worry about whether or not the coal miner actually is following the regulations to keep your ass safe while you go into the ground. There is a strong possibility that the damn mine will fall on your head and you will not get out. Yet for some reason, in American society, we're supposed to believe that these men and women that go into this hole risk literal life and limb, almost assuredly getting black lung if they do it long enough. Almost assuredly, if the mine collapses, you will never see them again. You mean to tell me people will have you believe that those people don't work half as hard as Jeff Bezos? Broke ass Lex Luthor. Or not even broke ass. Like dumb Lex Luthor. A man who had startup money, got startup money from his parents or whatever, was able to start Amazon, has millions of people working for him, makes millions of dollars a year, owns the Washington Post, which means now if there's some news he doesn't want out, he can literally say, nah. But he works harder than a coal miner? Hell no. No. And is it, and who again is teaching us this shit? People like Bezos, people like Musk, people like Warren Buffett, people like Bill Gates. Might hurt some people's feelings. People like Steve Jobs. Rich people get a chance to stand in the public eye and be celebrated because of the hard work of the people behind them. And those people behind them never get the credit that they deserve. They never do. They don't. They do not get the credit that they freaking deserve. They don't. But we're supposed to believe that Bezos is a genius, that Elon Musk is a genius. They ain't done shit. But poor white men buy into that. And when they buy into that, they believe that the rat race, all these other people who are sitting at the table are the reason they're not in the room with Musk and Bezos and Warren Buffett and stuff like that. No, dog, even if wasn't nobody else in the race but you still ain't sitting in the room with their ass. Who's going to make them the millions, silly? America's never been a meritocracy. America has never been a meritocracy. So why are we giving out meritocracy mentality? We need to be honest. Hard work does not pay off. No, that hurts. Hard work does not pay off. No matter how hard you work, you still ain't going to sit in them rooms with them people. You're not. Look how many of them dudes is college dropouts. Now look how many people have student loan debt from actually getting a degree and then are trying to work in that field. And our government needs to address this. Government, I've always said, government isn't the evil empire and government isn't the benevolent savior. Government is a bridge. It is there to put together labor and business. It's the bridge. It is there to make sure both parties within that are working to peak efficiency and are not trying to screw the other person over. Government should be there. Let's say business, and it will always be business. It will never be the workers. It will always be business. But let's say business tries to find a way to undercut and fook their damn employees. Government is supposed to be there and go, hey, no, you will not do that. That's government's job. That's government's job. When natural disasters happen, the government is supposed to be there to tell the people, hey, we got you. Don't worry about it, fam. Hey, fam, we got you. Whatever you need, we got you. Government is supposed to be there to make sure that people remain educated. Remain educated. That's why there is a Department of Education. Duh. And they do control things like they should control school curriculums. Are we teaching our students, whether it's kindergarten through 12th grade or college, how to compete in the world market? Because we are a part of a globe, kids. Yay! There is no planet America. It's the United States on a planet Earth. You know what I mean? So government has a purpose. It shouldn't be telling you who you can sleep with or what bathroom you can use or what you can do with your coochie, but it damn sure should be able to tell you, I don't want your kid out here eating lead paint chips, buying weapons, and then saying freedom. And no, we got to make sure that kid's educated. We got to make sure that kid is educated. We got to make sure that kid is educated. We got to make sure that when a natural disaster happens, your damn house is literally floating down the street. I just knocked over my light. Ah, shit. Knocked over my light. I have these long-ass arms. See, why it happened was, but your house is floating down the street. Government should be there and say, hey, don't worry about it, fam. We got you. We're going to try to get your house back. We're going to go find your house and bring it back. When you go to the hospital, you don't get, like, infected saline. Why? Government. Your doctor's not smoking a joint while doing open heart surgery on your ass. Why? Government regulations. Hey, doc, we understand that you like getting high on the weekends, but you cannot smoke weed while you're doing open heart surgery. Sorry. I know you thought you were going to, but you're not going to be able to. Government regulations. Your nurse cannot stick her disease-infested hand up your ass. Why? Government. Come on now. Government. It is what they are there for. They're there to make your life easier. And you pay for that. But again, this goes back to the white manness. There's a way for life. There's a way for you to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And everybody have abundance. But as long as you believe this idea that it's a meritocracy and a rat race and shit like that, and white men who And I'm talking about the working class white man. I am not talking about no rich white man. Please understand that. I'm not talking about a single rich white man. I'm talking about you working class white dudes. You need to understand something. You need to understand it as fast as humanly possible, but you need to understand something. You're getting screwed by the same system that is telling you you won't be screwed. I said this yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I did say it yesterday. The leading cause of death of white men in America, I believe, if it's not number one, it's either number one or number two. Is suicide. Suicide. Why is that? Why are white men killing themselves? Why are white men killing themselves? Because y'all have bought into that bullshit. Y'all have bought into it. You have tried to maintain white patriarchy at the cost of your own mental health. And because white patriarchy is a self-actualizing computer, it just continues to replicate itself. You don't talk about it. You look at it as a sign of weakness to be able to tell people you are not okay. You think showing any affection other than rage is bad. You believe that asking for help makes you weak. Think about that. I'm going to stop right there. Think about that. Think about that. You live in an American society that will have you believing that asking for help as a white man in this country is a sign of weakness. You believe in something called rugged individualism. It's like individualism, but extra crispy. Remember how the original Alien was Alien and then the sequel was called Aliens? Because they had more aliens in it. Remember that? It's the same way. Rugged individualism. It's individualism with an S at the end of it. Individualisms. You are raised to believe this shit. And then you have spread it to everyone else. Your poor ass. You are out here struggling. And if a white man sit up and tell me he's not out here struggling, you a damn lie. You's a goddamn lie. Of course you are. Because life is not always nice. Sometimes that bitch will break your heart. Life will have your ass out here crying. And yet, for some reason, to talk about this makes you weak. Do you see how stupid that sounds? I can feel cancer in my rib cage. Every morning I wake up, there's a whole ass tumor on my rib cage. Like, good morning. I will be sucking out your life and your energy all day, buddy. All day. Hey man, what's wrong with you? Nothing, dog. Nothing. I ate something. I ate something that didn't agree with me. I gotta go take a shit. You are dying. Your wife doesn't know because you don't want to tell her. Your friends don't know because you don't want to tell them. Your kids don't know because you don't want to tell them. You out here rugged individualism, bootstrap, and you gonna bootstrap your punk ass right to the upper room. You gonna go to sleep one day and wake up And all of us, listen, it's going to be Jesus, John Wayne, and Elvis. I didn't even know you guys were going to be in my house today. Bitch, you are no longer in your house. You are in the upper room. All because you don't want to say the words, I need help? What kind of shit is that? And then you will tell everybody else that that's the way to be. Extra crispy, rugged individualism. Nobody gets through this life by their damn self, people. No one. I don't give a shit. No one gets through this world alone. No one. No one. There is no such thing. If a woman has a baby in the woods and then dies, and that child is raised by wolves to be little wolf boy, come on, man. That wolf boy understands it's called a pack, bitch. Not by myself up in here. I got a pack. I am white skinned. These are my pack brothers and sisters. What kind of shit is that? Rugged individualism. You get out of the world on your own. No, you don't. Ain't shit in life ever been done by your damn self. That's why when I see white men admiring Elon Musk, he's a self-made billionaire. The filth-flooring filth he is, self-made with 1,000, 2,000, 20,000 damn employees. He up here on a pedestal. I'm Elon Musk. I made it myself. And all the employees are like, the hell you make it by your damn self with your stupid ass? And then some poor man will go, that's how you do it. You do it on your own. You don't notice the 20,000 employees behind him? You know, just tunnel vision? Is that what we... No one gets through this world alone. And white men, you are part of an American society. You are part of a global society. You really ain't getting in this bitch by your damn self. You might have individual feelings about things, but there's not a damn thing you're going to be able to do by your damn self. Try to have a baby by yourself. Go ahead. Let us know how that works out. I want to see some of these people rugged individual themselves a child. Go ahead. By yourself. Let me know how that turns out as I can roll over and touch my wife anytime I want. Your dumb ass out there talking about rugged individualism. Have a baby like that. Give yourself a colonoscopy, Mr. Rugged Individual, while your colon is all swole up. Look, your colon is the Saint swole meat of colons. I'm going to hell for that one. I'm going to hell for that. I'm going straight to hell for that one. And you're welcome. Going straight to hell for that. But give it a shot. Let us know how it turns out. The answer, it's not going to. This is what I'm talking about. You are part of the global society. You are part of the global society. And in any society, what you bring to the table is what you give to that society. That's how that helps. You know what I mean? Each bring it, just each of us brings something to the table that helps society as a whole. What I try to do, and what I have tried to do for over 4 years now, is I try to be both. I try to give you what society has going on from the opinion of one black man. Okay, so that even though you might not live the life, you might not live as a black man, you get a chance to understand it. It sparks dialogue. It is where conversations and ideas are formed. Now, before that, I gave to society my body, my time, and my energy as a soldier in the United States Army. I defended those conversations. I defended them, right? So I understand this is part of how society operates. When you know better, you do better. I say it all the time. There's a channel on YouTube called Knowing Better. Love his work. Great dude, right? You know what I mean? So each of us, we give something to society. There is no rugged individuals in this shit. Without teachers, our children do not learn. Without learning, our children do not grow up to become teachers. Do you see now what I'm talking about? Do you see how it works? Without somebody to defend the rights that you have no rights. And if you have no rights, there is no job for the person who defends those rights to do. There's no job for him to do. Do you see how it works? Symbiotic. We are all symbiotic in a certain way. Whether it's we come together as friends, we come together as activists, we come together as politicians, if we come together as people, both people who believe in law enforcement and people who believe in individual rights, they come together. Do you see now how these things work? But white men have taught us that individual is the only thing that matters. It cannot, because no society runs off of one individual. We have been made to believe that it does, but it does not work this way. So sometimes it requires us to look at ourselves and say, I am bringing something to the table. It is meaningful, even if it's small. It is a perspective that a lot of people do not have. But I also realize I am not the center of all of this. I am part of a community of people that are trying to make things better for other people. The cake is plentiful, in abundance. What we also have to understand after this postmortem is this. America is ready for a woman president. The office of president of the United States is not an exclusive club. It is a job. It is a responsibility of the executive branch of the United States government. And America has been long past ready for a woman president. Just like America has been long past ready for a black president. And this is another part of where that meritocracy thing comes in. Because I don't give a shit what side of the political aisle you sit on. To go from Barack Obama to Donald Trump shows you that meritocracy don't mean shit. It don't. Obama had to damn near be perfect. Donald Trump just has to be awake. Somebody stop me when I'm telling a lie. Donald Trump isn't even the most impressive Republican president amongst Republican presidents. Amongst Republican presidents, he's not even the most impressive Republican president. Teddy Roosevelt and Donald Trump don't even weigh out. Teddy's balls outweigh Donald Trump's entire existence as president of the United States. Dwight Eisenhower, come on, man. Come on, son. Supreme General of the Armed Forces during World War II. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? Come on. Shit, Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford got us through the end of Watergate. Our long national nightmare is over. Gerald Ford's legacy shits on Donald Trump, let alone his presidency. But that's what I'm talking about. It's a job. It is a job. And if anybody proves to this very day that it's a job, it's Donald Trump. Now, in America, there's like 3 qualifications to be president of the United States. 35 years old, American citizen. You don't have to have a degree. It's shit. Sometimes you don't even have to be conscious. I think it's like 35, U.S. citizen. If I'm not mistaken, those are the only 2. It's just like the sheriff's office. Some of them sheriffs run unopposed. So the idea that a qualified woman, qualified black man, qualified black woman, qualified gay person, qualified trans person cannot be president of the United States is bullshit. You're absolutely right, they can. But the question now becomes, will you let it? Because we do, that's it, natural born, that's it. We have to get out of this mentality that the office of president of the United States belongs to a man. It doesn't. It belongs to the people, number one. And since a little over half of the citizenry in this country are women, why is this a controversial thing? Did you not think? Here's the thing. All I heard about Kamala Harris was she was one of the most qualified candidates to ever run for president. Do you know where else I've heard that before? Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. And under any other normal circumstance, in any other normal presidential election, on any other normal year, both Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris would have won. They would have won. Both of them. If we're going straight, and mind you, I don't like new Democrats. I don't. That Bill Clinton centrist shit makes my nuts itch. That shit gives me hives in my taint. That new Democrat centrist shit literally gives me hives on my taint. Okay? But both Hillary Clinton and Vice President Kamala Harris had the qualifications to be president. If the bar is 35 and a natural born citizen, duh. There you go. Which goes to show you that there's nothing special about Donald Trump. Nothing. Not a damn thing. In fact, he's one of the least surprising some bitches has ever won the presidency. He is literally one of the most plain Jane ass presidents we've ever had. Ever. But, the presidencies, it's not, America's not ready for a woman president. Why not? Why not? Explain to me why not. What makes you think in any way, shape, form, or fashion that America's not ready for a woman president? Do women not live in this country? Do women not go to college? Are women not CEOs? Are women not teachers and educators and nurses and firefighters and doctors and lawyers? And do women not serve in the military? How is America not ready for a woman president? Women have been here since the founding of this bitch. You mean to tell me all of a sudden we still ain't ready? I said the same thing when Obama was running. I did not look at Obama like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing. No, I knew what he was. I'm going to say this again. A middle of the road, centrist Democrat. Because until the sweat from Bill Clinton's biggity balls is removed from the Democratic Party, you are only going to get middle of the road centrist Democrats. And hey, Bernie Bros, come here. You need to find somebody that talks like Bernie but is younger and not a white man. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. America is ready for a woman president and a gay president and a trans president. They are ready for a Latino president and a Jewish president. They are ready for a Jewish woman to be president. Because it is a job, ladies and gentlemen. If you were qualified to do the job, you should be allowed to do the job. All Donald Trump was a return to comfort food. Now, it doesn't matter that the comfort food is 1 part Chex Mix, 1 part cat food. It's still comfort food to some people. Like, seriously. I don't think the bar should be, if you're black, you better be there. It wasn't like that. Barack Obama was not Flavor Flav. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? It's a middle-of-the-road centrist Democrat. But as soon as Barack Hussein Obama started running, people got the willies. My nipples. My teeth switch. What are you scared of? Did you not think that the presidency could be done by anyone? It's a damn job. That man had degrees. Plural. Kamala Harris has degrees. Plural. Hillary Clinton has degrees. Plural. Pete Buttigieg has degrees, plural. Like, seriously. We got to get over this bullshit. This idea that, well, you know, the president has to be qualified. That shit just went out the window, didn't it? Didn't it? Y'all Howard Taft this. Y'all Taft this sumbitch. Kicked him out, brought him back. And he still ain't qualified. Still. I'm going to tell y'all something. If you some bitches think that some bitch is not going to be going to his rallies in that first year as president of the United States, you out your rabbit ass mind. Donald Trump going to be going to a lot of rallies. Who rallies for a job you have? I am the host of the Sound of Coffee on Ghost Claw Productions Radio. Let me go out doing rallies where I am auditioning for the job of host of the Sound of Coffee on Ghost Claw Productions Radio. I already have the damn job. What are you talking about? Who does that? Who does that? That man, they Grover Cleveland his ass. It wasn't Tap, it was Cleveland. He gonna be out here, I'm at my rally, give me the job. Bitch, you already have it. If you don't get your ass back in the beast and take your ass back to White House, do your damn job. It's a job, kids. It just so happens to be one of the most visible, important jobs in this country. But it is still a job. I don't worship politicians. I don't. The people I admire are people outside of politics. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Denzel Washington. I admire people like James Earl Jones. Those people are the people that I look up to, not just because of what they did, but because of who they are. A politician ain't never getting that out of me. Bitch, you work for me. What are you talking about? Who the hell goes to rallies for an employee of the month? I'm not going. Hi, I just won employee of the month. Come celebrate. Suck me off. I'm good. You are an employee, bitch. I'm going to come see you. Why? I want you to go do your damn job. Come on. We got to stop that shit. The reason we believe that the office of president of the United States is only a white man's job is because people have made it to be like it's a job that you must be so qualified for. And then Donald Trump come walking in. Hi. Got a finger up to it. Got a finger in his nose up to the damn last knuckle on his hand. Just spearfishing his brains. Yeah, that man. He's here to do the job. He's there for 5 minutes. All right, I want to go to a rally. Dog, you just got here. I want to go to a rally. Don't give me qualifications. I don't want to hear shit about qualifications in anything. Anything. Porn star. I don't want to hear another thing about a damn qualification. You don't have the qualifications to be a porn star. Bitch, Donald Trump's president twice. Twice. What are you talking about? Huh? Whatever. What are you talking about? So qualification my ass. But we wouldn't even be having this conversation about the presidency if people stopped looking at it like it's a spectator sport and their favorite team won. It's a job. Nobody roots for the third shift manager of a 7-Eleven. No disrespect to him, but ain't nobody is sitting there going, yeah, our guy's now the third shift manager at 7-Eleven. Doing crotch chops. He's the third shift manager at a damn 7-Eleven, you simple son of a bitch. It's a job. You're there to make sure my life isn't hell. I'm your employer. Make sure my life isn't hell. How about that? I want to be able to go out in my backyard and look at my pool and enjoy it. If I want to go off in the corner of my damn yard and beat off, I don't want FEMA, I don't want the damn FBI and the CIA to drop down in helicopters because I beat off on a protected tree. I want to be able to do that. And that all I hired you to do was to make sure the CIA and the FBI don't drop out of a damn helicopter while my ass is beating off in the back corner of my own damn house or backyard. It's a job. God damn. Politicians work for us. Y'all understand? They work for us. How you think they get paid? Our tax dollars. And it should go to a hell of a lot. There's no way in hell. People in Norway, they pay their taxes and can go to the hospital with anything. Anything. And the Norwegian hospital is going to try to help them. Hey, I got a damn snow otter that bit my left ass cheek. I got this son bitch is dug in. I can't get him out of my left ass cheek. Don't worry about it. You pay your taxes. We're gonna get that damn. We're gonna get that otter. We're gonna get that damn otter off your left ass cheek. Thank you. How much does it cost? Don't worry about it. We good. You already paid for it. Here in America, we pay our taxes to get a military flyover at a football game where grown men try to give each other permanent brain damage for millions of dollars to entertain a bunch of white men in a box who ain't put on a pad on shit. It's a job. Make sure my life is I'm able to go out and take care of myself, my family, and my community. That's what the office of President of the United States is. And anybody can do that. If you have the will to serve people, you can be the president of the United States. As long as you remember what the hell it is. Like if I decide to run in 4 years, I can do it. I'm a natural born citizen. I'm over the age of 35. I can run for president. And and as president of the United States, that would be my speech. I work for the American people. My State of the Union address would not be an hour and 30 minutes. My State of the Union address would be about 30 minutes. About 30. I'm not here for the pomp and circumstance. Bitch, I'm here to do my job. I'm a leave here. I'm going to go home, and I'm going to bed. Me and my wife are going to curl up, probably watch some Netflix, maybe chill if you know what I mean. I'm going to get up tomorrow morning, wash my ass. I'm going to put on a nice suit, and I'm taking my ass back down to work for the American people because that's what they hired me for. I'm hired. We use the word elected rather than the word hired. People hired Lauren Boebert to do a job. Why that bitch? She ain't done it. Why she get hired again? People hired Marjorie Taylor Greene to do a job. The bitch ain't do her job. Why is she still being hired? People hired Donald Trump to do a job. He didn't do the job the last time. Why would you hire him again? That's like you hire somebody to fix your plumbing. And they mess around and hook your toilet up with your refrigerator. That way, every time you open your refrigerator, your toilet 50 feet away in the bathroom flushes. You give them piss poor reviews. You tell your friends not to. You tell your friends what happened, and then you turn around and then hire him to fix the job he just did. Who does that? The fuck? Who the hell does that? It's a job. We have got to stop this idea of allyship. This one's going to be a tough pill to swallow for some people. But you get yourself some water because you're going to need to swallow this. I fight for several different communities that I am connected to. Some of them through blood. Some of them through shared experience. Some of them through friendships. Some of them through working relationships. So I fight for these communities. But I don't do it in such a way to where the glory goes to me. In fact, I loathe that. Listen, ask anybody that knows me. Ask anybody who's ever had a conversation with me. Ask anybody that's ever sent me a DM or anything like that. Ask anybody in the guild. Ask anybody that's on Plot Holes or The Villain's View or anything like that. Ask them how I act when people thank me. Ask them. Just ask them. I freak the F out. I start going, don't do that. Don't do that. Because the things that I don't do for shit like that. That makes me uncomfortable as hell. I tell you all the time, I get 2 to 3 N-word messages a week, right? Yeah, I do. But do you know what else I get? Thank you messages. Hey, man, you inspire me to do this. You inspire me to read this. You inspire me to go here. You inspire me to meet these people. You inspire me to look into this, that, and the third. And I want to thank you. And I always say the same thing. I always say the exact same thing. No need. Because the word ally is a slur to me. So I would much rather be called an accomplice. And accomplices don't need things. If I help somebody learn something, I make a video about something, and they go and go, you know, and first there's that disbelief, like, he's a black guy with black fingernails. I don't believe it. And then they go look it up. And they find out, yo, man, this shit is actually true. And then they study. They get knowledge. And that knowledge helps them make better choices in certain different things. That's what accomplices do. Because it's not about them. Allies are the cape wearing some bitches on the planet. You want to know why there's never any capes at Spirit Halloween? Because the allies then got all of them and flew their dumb asses out the window. An accomplice to anything is a person that does not need the glory, so therefore they're not seeking it. They are simply seeking to make the world a better place. Ally is a slur to me for that reason. For that reason. That's why I said I fight for several different groups, and none of them know that I do it. Oh, you'll see the outlier part of it. You'll see a video here, a video there, a live stream where I'm in there, here or there, or what have you. But you will never see me go, look at me, look at what I did. Yeah, I'm an app, because I hate that shit. I hate it. Angry even said it in the chat. It literally makes me feel uncomfortable. It does. It absolutely 100% does, because this isn't about that. An accomplice in government is a person that will do what you hired them to do. And it will do it in such a way that does not harm you, your family, your community, your city, your state, or your nation. And they do it with little to no fanfare. One of the reasons I think Joe Biden got all the shit that he did was because he wasn't out there bragging. When you have that big of a spotlight, yes, it's not bragging if you go out and tell people today, myself, Vice President Harris, and the members of Congress got together and we came up with this bipartisan bill that is going to help keep the government running. And here are the things that are in that bill. Well, number one, that's your job. Number one. And number two, people need to know that you are out there doing these things. Not to call yourself an ally. No. You're an accomplice. You didn't do it for glory. You did it to make people's lives better. We got to let that shit go, man. We have got to let that bullshit go. Because accomplices are what is needed in this world. I don't need to know that you fight for black rights. I need you to fight for black rights, and I will know. I don't need you to come tell me. I'll see it. I will see it. No gay person needs me to tell them that I fight for gay rights. I just simply fight for gay rights. You ain't got to know. You will see it, though. It will become quite apparent to you. Nobody needs to fight for. You don't have to come out and go, look, give me a medal. I fought for women's rights. No, you'll just see my ass out there fighting for women's rights. And guess what? You will feel that effect. You'll be able to say, there are men out there that are fighting for women to control their own bodies. I know they are. Look at how they voted. Look at where they stand. Look at the things that they're doing. You don't need to know my black ass is out there doing that shit. Yeah. Just get it done. So we got to let this ally shit go. If you Think about calling yourself an ally. Change that shit. If you're truly about to work, be an accomplice. Accomplices ain't getting no medals because they ain't looking for them. Allies are. Allies always want a medal and a cape and a parade and a cupcake and a pair of comfy Crocs. And before I end this show, there's this one last thing. As a post-mortem, there's this one last thing. Everything. I'm trying to find a way to say this. Let me try to find a way to say this. It's dark now. But that doesn't mean the work ends. The only way people like Trump and the people that supported Trump are ever going to hear you is if you turn that sadness, that depression, that anger into something. I was pissed off yesterday. I mean that. I went into the Villains Guild Discord and I told everybody, take today to be angry, to hurt, to be sad, because tomorrow morning we get to work. The first one out the box, and I ain't gonna lie, was Dave. Dave said, I can do more. Tell me what I can do. Now, it's not like I'm like, Dave, go here. And his boss, I'm not a leader of the guild. I'm a member. But if Dave the Vikings decided today that he was going to be, all I'm doing is educate. For the next 4 years, I'm going to make 3 videos a day about educational things that you can do to improve yourself and your community. If Dave did that, Dave is taking that anger and turning it into fuel. He is making people smarter. Angry's whole thing is, Angry's called the Angry IT Nerd for a reason, because he works on IT. But let's say he said for the next 4 years, he's going to come up with, I'm going to make videos. Here's how you fix your computer shit. How you stop this from happening, stop that from happening. To educate people. If he did that for the next 4 years, Angry is taking that anger, pun intended, or pun not intended, and turning it into something. I plan over the next 4 years to continue the fight. I'm going to continue to bring y'all social commentary. I am. Because I need you to know where society is sitting and how you can affect the winds of change in that society. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's me taking that anger and turning it into fuel. Turning it into, it's dark, but bitch, I got matches. All I need to do is find some kindling and I will light the way up in this bitch. You can do the same thing. Take what you're good at, spread it around. Create community with the people around you. If you are a white man, this is the time for you to use the fact that you are a white man to help other white men get past the bullshit that would make them want to believe in Trump in the first place. This is the time for you to do that. This is the time for you as a white man to have those frank and open conversations with other white men. It's going to be painful. It is. You're going to get called a whole lot of names. Understand, this ain't for the faint of heart. Because being angry is easy. Being angry and using that to do better, something totally different. That bitch is a hard hoe to roll. But it can be done. You see what I'm saying? It can be done. Every woman that is hurt because you know what's going to happen to reproductive rights, now is not the time for you to just slink off into the shadows. Now is the time for you to mobilize. Because you know they're coming. You know the women's marches, the pussy hat marches are coming. Could you, for this time, Can you make it to where these are the things we want to see happen? We're not just marching to hear a bunch of damn speeches. We're marching to mobilize. Stop with the pussy hats. Stop with the pussy hats. I told y'all, take your money, go to one of them shops that make fitted caps, get yourself a fitted hat that says villain on the top of it. This is your villain era. This is the time for you, if you are a white woman, to get into white women's faces and say, 52% of us screwed it up for every other woman in America. It's time for us to put in that work to fix this. It is time for us to learn how to be accomplices rather than allies. It is time for us to not center our feelings in the nationwide fight for women. If it makes white women uncomfortable, that means every other woman is comfortable, which means you're doing the right thing. This is the time. If you are a Christian, this is the time for you to have those uncomfortable conversations about who is using your faith to put these people into positions, and now it's time for you to claim your damn Christianity back, or your Islamic faith, or your Jewish faith, or your Buddhist faith, or your pagan faith, whatever it is. This is the time to turn that anger into fuel. I am a Christian. I stand on the principles espoused by Jesus Christ. This is not what he wanted. This is not part of the Beatitudes. I'm taking my Christianity back, and I'm using it as fuel to spark conversations about the role that faith or religion has in this society. This is the time to do this. Take your anger and turn it into fuel. Use the gifts that you have. Jay Thomas, this one specifically for you. You are an autistic black woman. I do not know what your life is like, but I do know what my daughter, an autistic woman, I understand she doesn't. I can advocate for her as her dad, but I cannot advocate for her as an autistic black woman. You can. You absolutely can. You can start making video after video after video after video about resources and places people can go to get information about autism and how they can get information about how to help their autistic family members through this, because they're going to need it. They're going to need it. There is no such thing as, well, you know how the Little Drummer Boy, I have no gifts to bring. The hell you don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. One of the things that I talked about in the Discord server yesterday is we're going to change the Discord server. There will be a general chat, and there will be a chat simply for members of the guild. But the general chat, I want to make it to where there are resources. Women can go into the Villains Guild Discord server and put in resources that can help other women get the help that they need through this. I want to put it to where there's a section for members of the LGBTQIA+ that talk about the organizations and people that are out there helping other people who are members of the LGBTQIA+. I want there to be a space where white men can go in and talk about resources that help other white men get through the 22 a day and the feelings of isolation. Here's a program, My Brother's Keeper, this, that, and the third. That is the plan for the Discord. It hasn't started yet because I just thought about that yesterday. But I've had that Discord server for over a year and a half. And yes, it is great. It is absolutely great. It is a way for the members of the guild to keep in contact. But this is and Dave the Viking said it best yesterday in his video. The guild was not put together to fight Donald Trump. The guild was put together to fight injustice. And the only way to fight injustice is by being the people that are willing to put information and things of that nature out to help. I am absolutely excited. Tiger Bomb, one of our members, is doing charity events where he is always needing assistance raising funds and buying things for his charity. I want to make I want to literally have a version, a part of the Discord called Mr. Norseman's Neighborhood, where he gets a chance to go in and says, okay, we're going to this place. We're giving out gift bags. We're giving out things for homeless people. Here's our wish list. This is the stuff that we need. If you can purchase it, please purchase it. Come into the Discord into Mr. Norseman's Neighborhood and said, sent, and then tell him what you bought. That way, it's a self-perpetuating thing. Now, again, there will be an exclusive chat simply for members of the guild. And that is for where we strategize. This is what the guild was put together for. This is where the guild was. This is why we exist in the first place. A spot where black women, for black women to be able to get resources that help other black women through this difficult time. And I want the guild to be active. I do. This is our moment now. This is the time for villains. That's what I told y'all yesterday. So in the coming weeks, I promise you, you will see changes. But above everything else, above everything else, I want you to hold on to this. Not the feelings of anger, but the inspiration that it brings. I was angry as shit. I was angry as shit yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I was angry as shit. I was disappointed. I need you to understand, since I was 7 years old, all I ever wanted to be was a soldier. I gave my body and my mind to this country. I was medically retired. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. I physically and mentally could not do it anymore. And in 8 years, I have watched this country spit in the face of everything myself and other veterans have done. I can continue to be the angry black man that just makes TikTok videos, or I can once and for all be my mother and father's son. I choose to do that. I choose to be Robert and Martha Ann's oldest boy. I choose to be the man that my mother knew I would be, and my father was envious that I became. So this is fuel for me, kids. This is fuel for me. I want it to be fuel for you. Empty marches, going to no place to hear people speak about things you already know with no tangible evidence that it's going to work. It's not working anymore. Now is a call to action. Use that anger. Use that hurt. Use it in here. But you make a difference out here. You make a difference in this world. Today. In somebody's life. Women are going to need women. And that 48% of white women that did not vote for this son of a bitch, you're going to have to get rid of that 52% of white women. It's time to become an accomplice. White men are going to have to let go of white manliness and become part of the global community. You're going to have to let that shit go. Black folks we have led the charge, but we tired. I'm telling you that right now. We tired of shit. We're tired. Totally tired. We're looking for help. Members of the LGBTQIA+, they're looking for help. We have got to stop looking at these things as simply a matter of, oh, well, that's somebody else's problems. No, it's all of our problem. What is it? What's that line out of the Shawshank Redemption? And that's what I'll end the show with. Get busy living or get busy dying. Maybe it's time for us, some of us, to live. If you enjoy what I do here and would like to become a Patreon, go to patreon.com/Thomas the Villain Bishop. For as little as $3 a month, you can help me keep the lights on and keep doing stuff like this. Patreon.com/Thomas the Villain Bishop. This show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com and check out some of the candles and merchandise for some of your favorite content creators, myself included. Glitterwix.com. The show is brought to you by Smooth California. Skincare products that make you feel and look your best. Smoothca.online. And finally, this show is brought to you by Melanated Excellence, the celebration of the melanation. And remember, you do not have to be melanated to be a part of the celebration. Melexcellence.com. My name is Thomas the Villain Bishop. That is my professional name. My real name is Thomas McCormick. Second oldest child and oldest boy of Robert and Martha Ann McCormick, who I love and miss dearly, and who I strive every single day to live up to be their son. That's me. This is me doing my part. This has been the Sound of Coffee on GCPR. As we say every day, kids, may your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. I love you guys. Y'all know what tomorrow is, right? Y'all know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is Flag on the Play Friday, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be very election heavy, and I don't know who in the hell is going to get the final flag on the play. I don't know, nor do I know how many yards. It's something I'm going to look at it today. I don't know who the hell. I don't know. But I'm telling you it's going to happen. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is Superplex Party with myself and the Angry IT Nerd. I'm going to try to see if DT Bro wants to come in because, I'm pretty sure he wants to talk wrestling. I want to talk wrestling. Angry wants to talk wrestling. We got Crown Jewel to talk about. We got the AEW and all that other good shit. So Superplex Party, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Only on GCPR and probably streaming on YouTube. So you guys, if you want to come in and check it out. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the Villain. This has been the Sound of Coffee. I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, kids, we are angry, but we are focused. Now is the time for villains. Now is the time for villains. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Yep. Hey, SZ, tonight, 9 p.m. Make sure you're there, buddy.